Now, Channel 3 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
Investigators say they have now found a key piece of evidence in the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. That is the rifle that killed him. Thank you for joining us on Channel 3 Eyewitness News at noon. I'm Kara Sundlun.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa. Investigators say a high-powered rifle was found in the nearby woods. Kirk was shot and killed in a targeted attack.
Your reporter Andres Gutierrez reveals what officials now know about the suspect so far.
Investigators in Utah say they have good video footage of the person they suspect killed Charlie Kirk yesterday.
We are investing everything we have into this, and we will catch this individual.
Police say they found what they believe to be the murder weapon in a wooded area, a high-powered bolt-action rifle. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News the single shot was likely fired from the roof of the nearby Losi Center. It happened right as Kirk was fielding a question about gun violence.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood.
Investigators have also collected footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis.
Kirk was a highly influential conservative activist who was hosting an event at Utah Valley University.
He helped people to have a voice. He helped have discussions. He was probably the reason Trump won.
2 people were briefly detained after the shooting. Investigators say they determined both had nothing to do with the attack. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Orem, Utah.
Now, Kirk visited UConn back in 2019, and this is actually video of him on campus, along with conservative commentator and author Candace Owens. He was met with both supporters and protesters at that visit.
Connecticut Attorney General Liam Tong wants documents from the WNBA about the part that it played in the potential sale of the Connecticut Sun. The AG said he is concerned about reports that the WNBA is blocking the sale of the team to Tax
and was presented with a very special plaque along with the other lives lost in Wethersfield. Judy, talk a little bit about the foundation and honoring and remembering Richard on this day.
Well, actually, the foundation was intended to honor everybody who died that day. So we created the 9/11 Memorial Sports Center in town, which was for kids. It's a gym and a meeting room and a fitness room. And now we do after-school programs, which would have been right up Dick's alley.
Yes. He was certainly a hero, and I'll tell you what, this is going on all day. It is an unbelievable tribute to the 9/11 tragedy 24 years ago. Your reporter live at the Wethersfield Cove Park next to the DMV, Renee Danino.
All right, thanks, Renee. And now we have an important consumer alert to pass along to you. Gina Marie Bakery in Waterbury is recalling cookies that were sold in our state. These cookies have almonds and sesame in them without the label reflecting that. So we have a list of the impacted flavors up on our website right now. You can go check that out. And if you have any of these cookies, you can return them for a refund. Also, 9/11 will be marked across the nation today, including, as we just showed you, in Old Wethersfield, right here in Connecticut. So we'll have some more local tributes next.
Right now, I want to give you a live look at our Hartford skyline from our iCam. And we're talking about some sunnier skies right now, but we'll talk about when rain could be headed our way. Chief Meteorologist Mark Dixon tells us what he knows in our first alert forecast just ahead. Ceremonies are being held across the state today to honor the lives lost on 9/11 24 years ago, including one at Meriden City Hall this morning.
And your reporter Taylor Knight was there, and she introduces us to 2 first responders who rushed in to help others that day 24 years ago.
This is, believe it or not, this is a police car.
Hector Cardona was a patrol officer with the Meriden Police Department on September 11th, 2001. He was at the station that morning, watching the TV in horror as the planes hit the Twin Towers. He knew he had to help and went to Ground Zero the next day.
It was like a war zone. You never thought that would happen in the United States. You never thought that would, you know, you see that in third world countries, you know.
24 years later, he has these to remind him of that day.
This is part of the building itself.
a piece of one of the towers, and another piece of an airplane. About 20 officers from Meriden went and took these pictures of Ground Zero.
Ashes, debris from the buildings.
Danny Torres was a lieutenant in the Meriden Fire Department on 9/11. He also wanted to help the victims, so he attended 6 different New York City firefighter funerals in the days following the attacks.
Thousands and thousands of firefighters. The church would only hold 100, 200 people, so we would line up the streets in blocks, 4 or 5 deep as far as you could see. It's like a wall of blue. And I remember people from everywhere, meeting people, Houston, Chicago, LA, just coming to pay respects.
And today, Torres was a guest speaker at the Meriden 9/11 ceremony where this flag was raised. It will fly above City Hall for the day, just as it flew over Ground Zero 24 years ago. Your reporter in Meriden, Taylor Knight, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
All right, we have some breaking news that just came out from the FBI in just the past 10 minutes that we want to make sure to pass along to you.
Yes, take a look at your screen right now. The FBI is releasing 2 pictures of a person of interest in yesterday's fatal shooting of Charlie Cook at Utah Valley University. Here is the second picture now. If anyone recognizes this person, they are urged to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Again, these are the latest pictures just coming out of a person of interest in the Charlie Kirk killing case.
All right, weather-wise, we're looking good for perhaps a little yard work, mowing the lawn. Temperatures this afternoon between 75 and 80 for most communities. Some towns could go just above 80. Tomorrow, a bit cooler than today, and the weekend, it starts dry. The latest on showers before it wraps up ahead. In the first forecast when Eyewitness News at noon continues.
All right, and take a look at the midday stock numbers. The Dow is rallying right now. It's jumped 500 points to record. It's a record as August inflation increase won't likely derail a rate cut is what they're saying right now. So anyway, your stock, your 401k, it's up 565 points. We're trading at 46,057 right now. We'll be right back.
Time now for Aging in Style. If you want to set yourself up for a better financial future, you need to understand risk in your portfolio. Joining me in the studio is Strategies for Wealth Management President and CEO Michael Lehrhaupt and his lovely wife, Vice President and Operations Manager Laura Lehrhaupt. We're talking risk today,
yes,
and you wanted to ask me some questions.
Well, how much of your portfolio do you want to lose?
I don't want to lose any of it, but I understand that you do have to take some risks in order to make some gains.
Yeah, this is serious because if you need some money for retirement, you don't want to lose it to the risk that's out there. We're living in very uncertain times right now.
Right.
So it's something that needs to be addressed, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about risk. I mean, the first way to measure risk is what we call the quiz that we have on the screen.
Right.
Where you can go to that QR code, scan the QR code,
Scan
right?
the QR
and it's
code.
like 10 questions, and they'll help you understand the level of risk. Because this is really important. You said you don't want to lose anything, and you've been taught that, hey,
well, I don't mind if I gain.
The gains are great, the losses are bad.
I don't want to lose a lot of my gains.
So the risk score that we have asked you a series of questions that balances that out.
You know, I think there's 3 things to understand. The first thing to understand is your time horizon.
Yes.
Because look, one day you could wake up, a surprise news thing happens, a surprise event, like 9/11 crashed the market at one point, you know? So all of a sudden a surprise happens and that 401k becomes 201k. That happened to a lot of people in 2008. Their 401ks became 201ks, but they needed their money. If you're within 5 to 10 years of planning to use your money in retirement, but if you're within 5 to 10 years of using that money in retirement and you have a really bad hit to that account, that's going to be a problem,
It's
right?
going to be a problem.
So time horizon could dictate the type of level of risk you should be taking. Now, the next thing is we'll call your risk tolerance. This is what we started this segment with.
Yeah, we started talking about that. So back in the day, an advisor might say, what are you? Are you a conservative investor, a moderate investor, an aggressive? And those are really qualitative features that are very subjective, right? You may consider yourself conservative, but to other people, maybe it's aggressive. So it's a very difficult thing to create a plan around that.
Very good point.
The biggest thing is you can't manage what you don't measure. And I like to see, I don't know about you, the numbers in black and white. So
yes, I need to see it in front of me.
Yes. So the risk score will give you a number, a tolerance number. And then
it's anywhere from 0 to 100.
Right.
100's the most aggressive risk, 0 is no risk. But we suggest people not only find out their risk score, but the current risk they're taking in their account or their portfolio and see if it matches up.
That's right.
Please scan the QR code on your screen right now to take the retirement quiz. For more information, you can visit strategies4wm.com or give them a call, 203-372-4442.
All right, lots of sunshine on this Thursday, and given that it is a Thursday, we get updates on the drought monitor, and unfortunately, no real change since last week, despite a significant amount of rain we received last weekend. So as we head forward in time, of course, we could use any rain we can get. Chances are fairly slim. In fact, First Alert Live Radar, it is scanning dry now. It will do the same tomorrow. To start the weekend, by Sunday, there's a chance for some showers, but nothing too meaningful as we see it now. Currently, from a top Hartford 21, looking to the southeast from our capital city, 73 in Hartford, north wind at 8 miles an hour. Blue sky, great visibility from our view overlooking the green in the Elm City of New Haven, 77. And from southeast Connecticut, New London, basically cloud-free, 73, northeast wind at 12. So the wind not terribly strong, but at times getting some gusts in that 20 to 25 mile an hour range. Danbury, Meriden, also for Chester. And temps this afternoon continue their upward progression, peaking 75 to near 80 inland. And from the mid-70s coastal southeast Connecticut to even perhaps some low 80s farther west along the 95 corridor. So we've got a cold front that is to our north. It's going to be dropping southward. As it does so, basically falling apart, washing out. So as it moves through, not expecting any rain, just perhaps some scattered clouds. So we'll see this on First Alert Futurecast as it makes its way into southern New England this evening. Again, really washing out, just some scattered clouds. Then the big blue H. High pressure builds in for tomorrow. That means lots of sunshine, dry weather, comfortable temperatures as we close out the work week and head into this upcoming weekend. With regard to dew point values, they're in that pleasant category basically for the foreseeable future, so in the 50s. So certainly very, very nice weather, some cooler nights, crisp nights, some pleasant afternoons. Tomorrow, ending the week with temperatures, say 8 o'clock in the morning, upper 50s inland, low 60s at the shoreline. By around 24 hours from now, we're in the lower 70s, so we will be cooler than today with temperatures peaking between 70 and 75 for many locations. With regard to the tropics, we are really in the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season right now. We've had 6 named storms, 1 hurricane, and that hurricane, of course, Aaron, reached major status. But right now, National Hurricane Center watching 1 wave off the coast of Africa. It's in that shade of yellow, so a low likelihood for development over the next 5 to 7 days, but something we'll be watching closely. You can as well from the free First Alert weather app. Taking you to West Springfield, Massachusetts, home of the Big E. Tomorrow, as it begins, 8 o'clock in the morning, gates open by, say, 10 o'clock, temperatures in the mid-60s. We peak in the mid-70s. If you're heading up there, you'll need the sunglasses. Lots of sunshine as we end the week. Again, high pressure in control. Tomorrow evening, temperatures as we head past sunset start dropping into the 60s. Friday night, of course, great for football. Our game of the week, Stafford at Middletown. 5 o'clock, 74. Upper 60s by 7, 63 by 9 o'clock. So you may need a jacket if your Friday evening plans take you out and about. So for the upcoming weekend, mid-70s on Saturday, a couple degrees milder than tomorrow. Some clouds begin mixing in through the afternoon. Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy. Chance for some isolated showers. Again, most of the state remains dry. Next week, we're dry Monday, Tuesday, as well as for Wednesday, Connecticut Day at the Big E. Temperatures running at or above average. Shoreline highs this weekend, mid-70s for both days.
Thanks, Mark. And when we come back, the state gives the green light to higher energy prices. Just how much? We have a look for you. And we have some folks with something to celebrate today. Look, Ray's 100.
Wow, happy birthday, Ray in Southington, 100. Mother Catherine Clay in Bloomfield is 96 yesterday, but we're celebrating her today as well. And if you're celebrating an anniversary, we also hope you enjoy your day today.
Welcome back. The agency that regulates utilities in our state has indicated it will allow United Illuminating to raise its rates, although not as much as the utility wanted to. The agency has given an initial sign-off on a $29 million rate hike. United Illuminating wanted to increase rates by $100 million, which would have raised your bills an average of more than 9%.
The Catherine Violet Hubbard Learning Barn is now officially open, and our friends at Country Carpenters actually built that new space right at the Catherine Violet Hubbard Animal Sanctuary. Jenny Hubbard, Catherine's mom, was there seen cutting the purple ribbon. And now this learning barn will host classes and much more for families and community members. So a big congratulations to all of our friends there. And now let's take a live look from our iCam in New London. What you can expect the rest of the day in your First Alert forecast, plus the weekend too.
I'm Caitlin Francis with this day in Connecticut history. The first case of the Spanish flu here in the state was diagnosed on September 11th, 1918. A member of the U.S. Navy living in New London contracted the virus, and then within just months, more than 180,000 state residents came down with the Spanish flu. 8,500 people died.
All right, and we do want to remind you that your local news and weather continues on the Wax. We'll continue to cover the breaking news in the Charlie Kirk case. Meanwhile, we want to get our latest on weather.
It's beautiful. Lots of sunshine today. Temperatures peak a couple degrees above average. Tomorrow, we're back in the 70s for highs. The weekend, by no means a washout, but a shower or two as of now. Can't be ruled out on Sunday, so no need to alter plans, at least currently.
Thank you, because it's very easy to dress the kids for school. That is if they like the outfit, so the weather's been nice.
See you in a minute.